As most of the world knows, on April 20th, 2010, disaster once again struck the Gulf of Mexico region when an offshore oil rig exploded, sending millions of barrels of oil into the Gulf Coast waters, devastating the region both environmentally and economically. Shortly after, the federal government issued a moratorium on all offshore drilling activities. The official position of the federal government was that this moratorium was to be in place until the offshore oil industry could prove its efficiency in 3 separate categories: prevention, response, and containment. In order to learn more about what the industry was doing to improve its containment capacity, future leaders of America's Gulf, or FLAG, traveled to the Baker Institute on Rice University's campus in Houston, Texas, to understand how the offshore industry was addressing the issue of containment. We first spoke to a man with over 30 years of experience in the offshore oil and gas industry, Mr. Clay Vaughn, the Executive Vice President of Offshore Operations at ExxonMobil. Directed at a high school audience and maybe early college, your company that you're a part of and how it will contribute to the containment part of the permit process.
Well, first, the Marine Well Containment Company is a company that has been built from 4 sponsor companies, those being ExxonMobil, which is mine, Shell, ConocoPhillips, and Chevron. And now that the membership of the Marine Well Containment Company includes BP. And it's the view that this company going forward will be the entity which is responsible or has assets for response to containment and would be responsible for deploying those assets on the behalf of its members.
But what exactly are these assets? That is the question that Marty Massey, CEO of the Marine Well Containment Company, attempts to answer as he unveils the newest advancement in containment technology.
This is the capping stack. It's a critical piece of the containment system, the interim containment system, and it is actually used to be installed over the well so that we can actually shut in the flow or divert the flow to surface to vessels on the surface where we can process and capture the oil, store it for some period, and then put it on tankers and safely bring it ashore. What we've been able to produce here with the interim containment system is a clear demonstration of our members' commitment to safety and operating responsibly in the deep water Gulf of Mexico.
Apparently, the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management, Regulation, and Enforcement thought so as well. Soon after containment systems were released by the Marine Well Containment Company and other companies similar to it, such as the Helix Well Containment Group, the Bureau issued its first permit in nearly a year to Noble Energy. With these new containment systems, there is new hope of being able to balance protecting our environment with sustaining our economy here in the United States. But the question remains, what would this new level of balance mean for our futures? While at the Energy Forum, we had an opportunity to speak to Mr. Paul Kemp, director of the Louisiana Audubon Society, to hear his thoughts.
There are a number of messages here. One is that this ultra deep water and the offshore Louisiana is going to continue to be a big part of the future for students from Louisiana and Texas, and that there will be a lot of new opportunities in that area. There's also going to have to be a whole new field of safety operations in that kind of very unforgiving environment. It's really like working in space in some ways.